Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 34 of the Fit in 10 Challenge. And happy Halloween to you all. Maybe you're going to a party tonight, or maybe you're giving out some treats. I was thinking about giving out some broccoli, but thought that might be a little bit mean. All right, so I'm not going to do it. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, somebody asked me about the when the week 5 scans are happening. There's no week 5 scans. Scans do not happen until mid-November. November 16th will be the first day of scans, so we'll run them the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Okay. All right. Leading off from yesterday, somebody asked me. Same person who was talking about foods, top 3 vegetables, which I told you I don't really have any favorite vegetables. So this person asked me as well, what are the 5 best macro balanced foods? This is a really good question. Did you know that there aren't really any macro balanced foods? The only macro balanced food that I know of is actually, can you guess? What do you think might be the one balanced food out there? So this is like a food that's high in protein, carbohydrates, and fats. What food would that be? Anybody know? It's milk. That's right. It is milk, and that is the only food. There is no other food that is high in, or relatively high in, carbohydrates, fats, and protein. There isn't. If you know of one, let me know. I don't know of any. I just know of milk. So here are some things that I suggest, or these are things that I like, okay, that are balanced in terms of macros. Okay, so these are either food products that are, engineered, or they're just mixtures of different foods that I like. They're all very basic, by the way. So, first one is the Isobar, which I've talked about before. Those are the FitStar Isobars, the only bar I recommend, and the only bar that I sell. Also, there are a few other decent bars out there, but not as good as FitStar's Isobars. Okay, so what else? Well, I like to do Stag chili, rice, and ground beef with stir-fry vegetables. But even without stir-fry vegetables, it's good. So this is Stag chili. I get this at Costco. This is not bad at all. I've talked about this before. It's high in protein. It's got a decent amount of fat, and not a lot, but it's got enough. And then of course carbohydrates. It's got a decent amount. So this is really, really good. So I like to do, again, a mixture of this with rice, and then I just add a little extra ground beef to it for a little more protein. But this is like, the macros are good, like 8 grams of fat. This is for 1 cup. 8 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbohydrates, 17 grams of protein. So really, really good. In terms of ingredients, it's all just like real whole food, with the exception of modified cornstarch, which is way down the list. It's probably just a little bit of it, so who cares really? Yeah, nothing really else in here. So a really, really good product. I'm impressed with this. Usually I do not recommend canned or pre-made foods like this, but there's nothing wrong with this. So pretty much made with all whole food ingredients and great on the macros. Okay, what else? I do a mixture of oatmeal, egg and egg whites, and fruit, which I've talked about. I think I've shown you guys that one before. I like rice. So again, this is just plain white rice, ground turkey. I do put that roasted red pepper garlic seasoning on it, which kind of gives it like this kind of sweet flavoring. And then vegetable stir fry. Another simple, great meal, easy to make. I like cottage cheese, green apple, and then I throw in a Larabar on the side. So again, these are all meals that are high in carbohydrate, or relatively high in carbohydrates, high in protein, and then moderate in fat. Another mixture would be this is dry oatmeal. So dry oatmeal, protein powder, banana. So I chop up banana, almond milk, and crushed almonds. I just put that all in a bowl, mix it up, and eat it like cereal. And another meal that I make, scrambled egg, egg whites, and toast. And I put some mixed nut seed butter on the toast. So again, another meal that's high in protein, carbohydrates, and a decent amount of fat, depending on how much nut butter you use, okay, and how many whole eggs you use. So, but yeah, there's really only one food out there, naturally occurring food, that one natural food, and that's high in all 3 macronutrients, and again, that's milk. Okay, how are we doing for time? Almost 6 minutes here. Okay, one thing I wanted to mention was yesterday I talked about, somebody asked me about training a muscle group, the same muscle group 2 days in a row, and if that was okay or not. And my general rule is that's not okay, but if you're new to training, it's really not going to be that big of a deal because you don't really know how to really, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but you don't really know how to hone down that muscle and really like destroy it to the point where you need to recover. So as a beginner, I really don't see an issue with training a body part 2 days in a row. Okay, I don't at all. Just the intensity and knowing how to like really hone in and like just annihilate that muscle. You just don't have that. You're just learning how to do the movement. You don't really have a great mind to muscle connection. I don't really see an issue with it, okay, in the beginning. As you become more proficient with training, stuff like that, you're going to need more recovery, okay? And I think as I mentioned yesterday, it's really all about the intensity, how much intensity goes into the movement. It's how much damage you cause. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say about that. All right, message of the day. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and most importantly, never give up. All right, so I'm going to say that again. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and most importantly, never give up. All right, submit and commit to this challenge, you guys. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, of course, and throw out some gratitude. I want you guys to send me some gratitude in your next feedback form, which, by the way, I'm only getting maybe a third of you giving me your feedback, so you gotta give me your feedback. Send me your questions because I know you have them, and more importantly, it's going to help you to be more accountable, a little more focused in the week. And like I said, you got to attack this challenge. You need to jump in the water and swim around, get fully immersed. You cannot just dip your feet in the water, so to speak, and expect to do well in this challenge, okay? Okay, submit, commit, you guys. Have a wonderful Halloween, and I will talk to you all soon. See ya.